And now, ladies and gentlemen, for your further listening pleasure,
welcome to another week of A Different Perspective. My name is Cliff, and I'm with my brothers, and had a little technical difficulties, and now we're just talking shit about Archie Rhodes breaking stuff. So go ahead. What was your excuse?
I said the phone was too big for that because I had a microphone on top of it too, so it was kind of just, it was too much for that cheap fucking stand. Fuck that stand.
Fuck that
Shout
phone.
out. Salute to China.
Y'all just shitting on me today, talking about.
We're not shitting.
I need to be nicer to people and shit. Like
you do need to be nicer to people.
You do.
Let's go back to that. Is it all right to go back to that? Because I'll tell you how it started. Scuba,
let's go.
I'm your manager, bro. Not your indirect manager, right? And I was like, you gotta be nicer to Scuba. And then Ty said, oh, we was just talking about that. Ty, go ahead.
Yeah, we was talking about that last night or this morning. But I've told him this over the years of working with him.
Yo, I really don't see it, bro.
He doesn't see it at all. I'm like, he'll tell us he'll go and he'll tell like one of the staff or whatever, be like, yo, bring that kid to the cafe. And I'm like, why don't you say, yo, can you just bring the kid to the cafe?
Yeah, Ken.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know that regardless,
but here's the thing,
they
right?
have to listen to you,
Exactly.
but it's like it's just how you say things to people. You know what I mean? So I'm like, so he's talking about a staff, you know what I mean? And he's like, oh, he just for some reason he just doesn't listen to me, or he always has something to say or whatever. And I'm like, it's because of the way you talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Like the way you tell him to do things.
Listen, bro. Like you said it perfectly. They don't have an option. Why am I gonna make you think that you have an
because
option?
it makes
like, and then you're like, nah, I'm doing this instead. I'm like, nah, now you're gonna do it. Like why would I yo,
no.
I don't get it.
No, it doesn't work like that.
That's not the world, bro.
It doesn't work like that.
Yo, I mean, fuck it is what it is, man.
Wait a minute. I have here's another question, because we have a friend, and we all know this well. I don't know if Tyler, I'll say it, Jerome. I don't know if you ever met my boy Jerome. And Jerome was kind of like that too. And I'd be like, yo, you're kind of an asshole. So we went to some hibachi shit a couple years ago. And for whatever reason, he felt as though he needed to speak like this so the person can understand, because he thought they didn't speak English. I'm like, first of all,
even if they don't speak English,
this dude's cooking your food. No, this dude's cooking our food. Okay? And you over here talking shit. Why are you being an asshole? Archie, are you an asshole like that too?
I mean, I understand how I could definitely come off as an asshole to people that don't know me. But to me, like, if you know me, you know I'm not a fucking asshole. I mean, I can be, but I don't know, bro. Like, at the end of the day, like I said, why am I going to present it like you have an option when you don't have an
option? You can't do that. You're fucking contradicting yourself. You can't do that shit. Because we had the conversation we had last night was about, you know, making people feel a certain way or whatever. Mm-hmm. But now, what you're saying right now is exactly what I said to you.
But I agree with what you said. I agree that like they don't really have an option. I get that. That's fine. But
so you want to gaslight them.
What are you talking about?
No, not gaslight. You want to make them feel.
All right. The conversation that we had was, we need to let the people below us and that sounds fucked up, but the people that are
just is what it is.
We have to let our subordinates know that they have a voice and they can come up with ideas and they can say how they feel. And Tyler's
no. You gotta rephrase that. You gotta rephrase it. You can't say we have to let them know they have a voice. You have to say we have to let them feel like they have a voice.
No, because they do have a voice. They can come and say whatever they gotta say. They can come in and voice their ideas and voice their opinions. But at the end of the day, we make the decisions. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
the fact that they don't even feel like they can come and present their ideas and their feelings to us, that's an issue for me. But at the end of the day, it's up to us. It's our decision.
Sounds like your energy level goes up when it's time for you to kind of bark orders. It's okay. It's all right.
See, I mean, I don't know.
Heavy
Like
is
I
the
said,
crown.
I've told him for a long time, like, yo, you need to start asking people to do things differently, man. Or like, I'll just be like, yo, you can't just say thank you or some shit, or
Like that.
you know what I mean? Like, what the?
The please and the thank you, yes, I will acknowledge I need to get better at that. But like I said, to me, it just sets up a whole different battle when I say, "Can you do this?" and then they say no, and I'm like, "Well, now you have to do it." It's not really an option. Like to me, it's just like, why would I set myself up for that? Because now I sound like a dickhead. But if I'm just like, can bring this kid to the cat, like that way, it's a directive. You know what I mean?
You asking me to do it is different. It would be like, if you asked me to do something, I'd be like, no.
But I can't.
But I'm different.
Yeah, we're at the same. I can't.
But they know. All right. Actually, the better question is: have you asked somebody to do something and they said no?
Yes, the person we spoke.
Besides him. All right. Besides him.
No, but that's the only person I have.
I have another question. Do you do this? How about waiters and waitresses when they bring like your food?
I'm very.
You say thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Is your girl available? Because I don't believe you.
Babe.
I don't believe you. Ty, you should know because you've been on vacations with him.
Yeah, he's pretty polite. Yeah, he's pretty polite. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm polite. To me, in my opinion, I'm polite to those that I need to be, like people that serve me. I'm polite to. You know what I'm saying? Like you're providing me a service, but I'm for people that I'm a supervisor and I'm giving you a directive. Like you don't. To me, like why would I ask you if you can do it and give you the option to say no when you don't really have the option to say no? That makes no sense to me.
Well, I think as a former employee and employer and having coworkers and people that work for me, I think it's just creating this atmosphere or this feeling of an open door policy of just saying, hey, I know you work for me, but we'll be cordial. I think it's the word, being cordial, and saying, I understand that you need to, I know you're working hard, but would it be possible that you can work a little harder? And then if you could just say, work harder, right? But saying, would it be possible, so that it makes them feel, it actually empowers them and makes them feel as though they're making the decision. And then they will work, they know they have to work harder because you're telling them, because you're their quote unquote supervisor, boss, whatever you want to think. And I think adding that little bit of sugar to it makes them feel a little better, makes it an easier workplace.
I hate that sugar. I hate.
It's not even that. You're not even like, you know how I do it. I'll ask them, like, if there's something, visits or something. I'm like, hey, yo, I need you to watch the visits. You good? Yeah. They know not to say no. They can't say no.
I hate that.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's often sensitive, bro. Like, bro, I ain't here to hold your hand, bro. Like,
oh man, here we go.
Wow. Heavy is the crown, man. Heavy is the crown.
that's what it is, man.
That's all right, man.
And I think if you know me, you know I'm not like I'm not doing it just to do it. Like there's a like I'm just, you know what I mean? Like this particular person, their response is like, why can't you do it? Because motherfucker, I've done it. That's why. That's what.
Why were you guys talking about this at 2 a.m?
It wasn't even just that. It was other stuff in the night.
Okay.
But like at the end of the day, it's like one of the main things that I said to Tyler was because what I've done, I've changed the way I work. I used to be involved in everything. I used to want to, but I've been assaulted the most out of anybody at my job.
Okay.
And I've probably been in more restraints than almost anybody at my job.
Okay.
At my particular job, not counting JRC.
Okay.
And I've literally been told not to do that. So I've had to be spoken to because of things that happened as a result, whatever. So I've taken a step back. But now people are like, I'm not around enough. And I tell them why, like, you know what I mean? And then so one of the things that Tyler, like, because what'd you say? Like, oh, I've taken maybe something along the lines of like I've taken too much of a step back. But at the end of the day, I've done everything that they still need to do.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying?
Of course.
So
I mean, shit.
It's a balancing act, I'm sure.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, I mean, I feel him. Like, but I told him how I work, and I know why they feel how they feel with him because he's like mad extreme and shit.
Is it the
No,
whiteness?
it's
I was
not-
going to ask.
No,
No,
it's not because he's white. No.
It might be.
Colorism?
No, that's why he's gotten hit. That's why he's gotten assaulted the most.
Ooh, testing.
Well, yeah, that's you know what I mean. But I'm very like I could sit in my office all night. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to do anything really. Like Jay, you know what I mean? But people start to tend to feel a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And it's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's how they feel and shit, whatever. But
I don't get it though, because it's not like I'm like, yo, I'm too good to talk. Like I talk to everybody.
this is Jay. This is Jay. He'll be in the office for like 4 hours, and then he'll come out and be like, "Go watch that room. Go take the kids. Go take them this way. Go take them there."
So
and
you
then
only
be gone
speak
again
to
for like
them.
3 hours.
So you only speak to them when you're barking orders.
That's not absolutely not. Not true at all. I have a great relationship with all my staff.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, great relationship. It's
And
just the way he talks.
And I have a great relationship with all my kids too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't understand why people take it a certain way when I do that. And the only reason that it happens that way is because typically when I'm in the office for 4 hours and I can hear what's going on in the hallway, I can tell shit's not getting done. So I have to tell them to get it done.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
do you close your door? Is your door closed
fair.
when you're working?
He closes the door. I don't like closing the door.
Sometimes it depends. It depends on what I'm doing in the office.
Hmm.
So I typically, if I'm not doing anything that like, then I'll leave it open. But if like kids are coming to the office constantly, which they're not supposed to do because staff aren't doing their job and allowing them to come to the office, then I close the door.
Well, I think right there is a perfect opportunity for you to take advantage of the situation where you can practice leaving the door a little bit more open. And let's say 2 kids, I'm coming up with examples just off the whim because I don't know everything that you do there. 2 kids come up. That's when you're like, hey, person A, I've been leaving my door open just in case anybody needs to see me or whatever, however you want to word it. But 2 kids to come up, it's disturbing what I need to do. And now I have to do this. What do you think we can do to rectify the situation? Obviously, they know they need to do their job. But what you're doing is you're involving them in problem solving this problem that you already have the answers to. It's like mind control, honestly. You know what I mean? I've managed many people.
Yo, that's what I said.
Manipulate people. Just
yes. Yep.
What do you think delegating is, bro?
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it does.
It's like children. It's like children. Yeah.
Treat adults like children and not like adults.
Not like
employees,
children.
But what I'm saying is having them feel as if, yeah, you gotta check your product, bro. Make sure that they're part of this solution or problem solving. Coworkers, and listen, I've imagined there was one time when I was in Rhode Island, I managed 35 females in a call center. Yeah. Okay. I say at least 75% of them were single moms, right? The amount of issues that I had to hear from the child not having this problem, this problem, that, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? It taught me to learn to identify various personalities and kind of just I don't want to say play with their minds, but mind control, man. It's what it is. It's like,
I hate that.
I hated it too, but guess what? There's not a manager or director or anyone that has staff below them that doesn't have to play that type of game. I know we all go to work. It's 9 to 5. It's your fucking job. Just do it. Sometimes you do have to have these come to Jesus. I used to call them come to Jesus meetings where I brought everyone down and say, hey, listen, I report to this person who runs all this shit. You guys need to do this. My job is to watch you do this plus other things. Make my job a little bit easier. Then I don't need to keep talking to you guys. These are not favors that these people are doing every week or bi-weekly. You get a check for the work that you're doing. And sometimes you get a check for the work that you're not doing. And when you're not doing it, it affects me, which pisses off my boss. And then she comes down me and then show them the steps, even though they know. You know what I mean? I feel like you got to have come to Jesus meetings at least twice a year, easily. You know what I'm saying? While leaving the door twice a year, Because you know why?
I would say twice a quarter.
Oh wow, nah, I don't play that because I fire people. That's the other thing.
Yeah,
I fire people.
Don't have that power.
Oh, okay.
You gotta realize we work for a union, man. We have that people have protections, which is fine. You know what I mean? And not that I want to fire anybody. Nobody's blatantly that bad that I want to fire them. It's just they just some of them just don't know how things work as far as the ranking system. Like I had one of my staff I spoke to last night because my assistant director, she said, bring people into the office one by one and have them tell you their honest opinion of you, and no repercussions, nothing. And one of the staff said, I think you could be on the floor more. And I just broke it down as to, why I don't go on the floor. Because if I'm doing the same things you're doing, it's harder for me to do the job I actually have to do. Not have the more responsibilities if shit does happen. You know what I mean? And he understood, you know what I mean? So he's like, all right, cool, I get it, you know what I mean? Because like I said, we're very tight. We're all cool. We all talk. We're all friends on social media, all that shit. But at the end of the day, I'm still your boss. I still have to be able to discipline you. So I can't get too close to you because So and when I get on the floor, I do get too close to them because now I'm doing the same things you are. I don't want you to think I'm better, that I feel like I'm better than you. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I'm the person that picks apart the little things, which puts me into conflict more often than the people that are overlooking these things.
Right.
I'm putting myself in harm's way because you're not doing your job.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with it. I've done this. Like I said, I've done everything that they still need to do.
Mm-hmm. No, I can see it. I just feel like it sucks that I think anyone that manages people, it's a stressful job in itself. If you're not, I think, a people person and don't have the willingness and the experience to, again, there's no other way of saying it. It's like mind control. You know what I mean? Using that Jedi mind trick, like letting them feel as if they have a say in certain things allows people to work better. Involving them in like the littlest things, you know what I'm saying? Like I remember, I don't know if you guys do that. We had something called a Sunshine Fund. So every pay week, everybody gave like $5 or whatever they could afford, right? It just came out your check. When it was someone's birthday, let's say, hey, it's Ty's birthday, he's coming up. I'd be like, you know what? Archie's been doing really good. Hey, Archie, guess what we're going to do? We're going to plan for Ty's birthday party. And you know what we're going to do? You're going to do it. And then you're all excited. So I just let the person off the phone or reduce their duties for the day. That little bit went for at least a quarter because they were like, ooh, Cliff was nice to me. He allowed me to make decisions. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to look into, like, I don't know, something that's outside of work to relate with them. But then bringing it back and saying, all right, we did that. I need you to make sure that A, B, and C is done for whatever it is that they have to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's how I juggled these women. So they'll probably listen to this one day and they'll be like, yo, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck that Sunshine Fund.
I don't know. Like, honestly, like
I knew they were all the same.
I think society is too fucking soft, and I hate the fact that I gotta play mind control or baby people instead of them getting sensitive over just me being direct. Like, that shit's kind of annoying.
But we are in that type of society, and you must assimilate to what it is. People are not going to go back to how it used to be. People are extremely opinionated now, and they have platforms like this. They can just get on their phone and live and cuss you out. You know what I mean? They'll have their 7 friends agree. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I think it's just easier to you got to reverse it, man. You got to reverse that energy. I think you'd be fine. But I did thought I for a quick second I thought it had something to do, you know what I'm saying, with your pigment or lack thereof.
I don't know, man. I mean, sometimes I feel that way, but for the most part, like everybody knows that, like I'm cool and shit. Like, no, I'm not that type of person. So I would hope that nobody takes it that way. I mean, obviously, I don't know how people feel inside their head, so I don't know if they feel like that, because the majority that I do work with are minorities. You know what I mean? So, but I don't. Like I said, I make it very clear, like that shit don't play a factor in me. So, but
Yeah.
people don't always believe that and shit. So I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning is, but it is what it is.
Maybe you have a mean about it, man.
I mean, we talk. I mean, I don't know. It's just
All he has to do is be polite. That's all. That's all he has to do.
Be kind.
Yeah.
He don't want to do it. Look at his face.
It's just a way to, like I said, like I've never had anybody tell me. Actually, I have had somebody tell me that. Well, they didn't say they're not gonna. They just didn't do it, and their supervision got shitted on. But it wasn't my job to do it, which was another thing I was gonna say. But I want to let Jay talk. Was like, if somebody doesn't do something, then I talk to the supervisor, because technically, like we're not supervisors. You know what I mean? Like, we're administrators, and we really don't have anything to do with that. But it's more of making sure that the supervisor, writes on the supervision, this happened, whatever. And that's how we deal with that, because that is what happened.
But have I done that, Tyler?
Have you not done it, you said?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Have I not spoke to the supervisor about said individual?
No, you would have to talk to me.
Never mind. I digress.
I don't
we're gonna talk about this off the air, just in case your employees watch. They'll be like, "Oh, what? Oh, what?
Well, that's
you didn't have problems."
No,
He
wouldn't. He wouldn't. No, he wouldn't care.
Okay, let's talk about different things. Let's talk about some real shit. Like your Bruins are finally scoring points. That was nice.
They look good. They look good.
I don't know if they look good, but they
in the games they lost, they look good. Like they haven't looked bad all year. Actually, I lied. They look terrible in overtime. Aside from overtime, they look good. But in overtime, they fucking are horrendous. But their defense, which everybody was questioning, looks good. Their offense, minus the lack of scoring in the first 3 games, they had the chances. It's not like chances. They still look good. It just didn't go through for them. But now they've started to go through it. They could be very.
Could be what?
They could be good.
Good to do what?
I think they could be a playoff team. A lot of people, my boy who watches the Bruins just as much as I do, he had
Maddie C.
Huh?
Maddie?
No. My boy James, but he had them as the 3rd worst in the division.
Oh.
I put them as like a 3rd or 4th in the division.
Yeah, I see those glasses on.
But I had Philly ahead of them, and they smacked Philly twice. So we'll see.
We'll see what happens in the playoffs.
We will.
We'll see what happens in the playoffs.
Like I said, they in all 5 games they've played, they've looked good in all 5 games. They haven't had a bad, aside from overtime, they've looked good. And once Pasta comes back, which I believe he's slated to come back on Saturday, that's going to help the overtime a ton. I mean, they'll still miss Torrey Krug, because that Krug Pasta thing in overtime was fucking damn near unbeatable. But yeah, I think they're going to be okay.
We shall see. I can't wait to see your anger when shit doesn't go right, because that tends to make my day. You mean? Yeah, it is what it is. Y'all, anyone watch? I know you didn't, Jay. Any football, Ty? I know you know.
Yeah, the games were solid. I wasn't really a big fan of the Buccaneers and Green Bay game, but it was just too much. Like, I've stepped. I've been over the last few years. I've been stepping more and more away from pro sports.
Pro sports, yeah.
I'm not gonna say that there's always I'm not gonna say that I believe shit's rigged. I'm not gonna say that, but I always feel like there's an agenda driven behind shit.
Like what? For what? Let's talk about specifically this year. You think there's an agenda with anything going on with these teams?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that the biggest thing in football was Brady and Belichick. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna do better? Who's gonna do this and that? What's it called? And you know, I rooted for Brady this year.
Me too.
For people that don't know me, like I really I hated the Patriots for a very long time. I hated them with a passion. Really? Yeah. I think I don't know. I think I said this. Well, no, actually, I didn't say this on the podcast. Well, I might have, but I was saying, I was talking about how, like, I was like a real big Patriots fan when I was younger. You know what I mean? I think the Cowboys was my favorite pro team for a long time. But I like the Patriots. You know what I mean? Bledsoe, fucking. You know what I mean? Like, I liked them a lot. Then they lost the Super Bowl. I think I told somebody, I was like, yo, I cried. I fucking cried when they lost the Super Bowl.
That was the last time I made a bet on my team ever in life.
I was like, I cried, man. I think I was in like first grade or second grade or some shit like that. But I was like, damn, man, fuck, whatever. And then for a while, I was a solid fan. You know what I mean? Like, oh, yeah. But I didn't see no fans, man. You know what I mean? I didn't see no fucking fans, man. And then, you know, they win, and then here they come out the bushes. Coming out the bushes. Here come the fans and coming out the bushes. You know what I mean? I'm like, I know you. You're not a fucking Patriot. I know you too. And I know you. You're not a Patriots fan. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm very big on sports. So it's like, I hate fair weather fans. And I felt like that's how it was in New England. I'm like, I don't really have a reason to hate them. I just really hate the fans. You know what I'm saying? Like I really liked watching them play because it was very disciplined. You know what I mean? It was like, get the job fucking done.
Yeah.
So it was enjoyable to watch them play. It was just like fucking, you know, all this extra shit. But excuse me. Sunday's game, I was like, damn, this shit is crazy. There was a bunch of calls that were like, I mean, it was calls that weren't made that throughout the whole year. They were fucking making, complaining, and they were just being real, like, petty with the calls and stuff. And Sunday they were letting them play until like until it mattered. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like the pass interference call or the holding call on that 3rd and 4, whatever, at the end of the game, like. If you're gonna throw a flag 6 seconds after the fucking play is over, like, find another job. You know what I mean? Like, find another job. You don't have to think about it. Like, that shit should have been thrown. It was clear that was holding or whatever. But, you know, to me, like, was the ball even catchable? Did he impede his? It just was. I'm like, all right, well, I'm all set. I was talking to, you know, one of my boys as it was happening. I was like, yo, I'm really done now with this whole NFL shit. I'm like, the play's over. They're all complaining, and then the flag comes out. I'm like, you can't do that. You either make the fucking call or you don't make the call. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. Don't sit here and wait for people to complain. But other than that, like, the game was solid. It was all right. The first week of the playoffs in the NFL was really good. There hasn't been any games as good as those.
You said the first week?
Yeah, like the wild card games.
Okay. All right.
Wild card games.
Yeah, those were good. Those were good games.
These games weren't too, like the Kansas City Bills game wasn't good. That was just, I mean, what's the kid's name? The Bills.
Allen, Josh Allen.
Yeah. He's gonna be good.
Can I tell you what I want to see happen? This is gonna be fucked up. Let the world know. For the past 2 years, I've been saying that I thought Brady was going to leave just because of the shit he had to deal with here. You know what I'm saying? For 20 years, You've brought you excellent play. He took a back seat on a lot of big contracts to quote unquote allow other people to come in, blah, 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 blah. Fast forward, 6 rings, should have been more. Russ Walker fucked out. Ellis Hobbs an idiot, but I digress. For people that really watch this game, they'll understand what I mean.
Could have been less too.
True. But we're here. We're at 6, right?
Yep,
so
yep.
I'm happy as fuck that Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback to ever play the fucking game, is about to try to get number 7. But this is what I want to see. And Jay, I'm sorry in advance, but this is going to hurt you too. You let an icon leave, so I want the Patriots to win. And then I want, where does Nathaniel Chara go? I want the not Patriots. I said Patriots. See, Brady. Brady. I want the Bucks to win, so Brady would get his 7th ring.
Mm-hmm.
Where did Chara go?
Washington.
I want Washington to win. I want these 2 teams to be like, wait a minute. You had your veterans that were everyone, like, even if you didn't really follow the sports, either football or hockey, you know who Chara was. You know who Brady was.
Mm-hmm.
These guys wanted to be here. But for whatever reason, I don't believe the Bruins, Jay. Sorry. I call bullshit. Not even $1 million. I call bullshit. Right? That was whack. 750,000. He should be here.
It wasn't about the money.
Supposedly. It started off about playing time. I'm still calling bullshit.
I don't.
Yes,
I call it bullshit. They could have figured it out. How much time were they going to play him? 3 minutes? No. I know a lot of people.
No, he would have played because in the
he was playing 21.
In the last couple of years, he's slowed down.
We all knew that. Yep.
Fucking season.
So he knew that.
They've reduced his role. He only played like the penalty kill. He only played like big defensive moments and like played normal shits and then like big defensive moments. So he was never on the power play. He was never, which is he shouldn't be. He's too fucking slow.
I was about to say, why would he be?
Even on the penalty kill, like,
right?
You can't put him on the penalty kill, dude. You're outnumbered a man, and you got the slowest guy on both teams on the ice. Like, you can't do that. So, you know what I mean? Like,
listen, he should still be here. Brady should still be here. So what's going to happen for at least 2 years, because I don't want this to last too long, it's going to be like the curse of the Bambino. But it's going to be the curse of Brady and Chara. Buccaneers will win this year. Bruins, Washington will win this year. Patriots, nor fucking Bruins will have a good fucking season. They'll have shit seasons till they eat some of that fucking humble pie that Bill Belichick's been trying to give people for past decades. Follow your own script, Bill. You know what I'm saying? You don't think for 20 years that he was here and him, you know, taking it and listening to your nonsense. This is the reason why championships were won. Yes, you can coach, but players still got to make the fucking plays. Okay? Chara, they could have figured it out, man. I'm sorry. This is what I need to see.
You want to hear about disrespect? There's a player in Florida, Keith Yandel. He's a defenseman.
Oh, we lost him. See, the technical gods were like, this dude's talking too much shit.
I don't know. He's probably on this bullshit Wi-Fi.
I'm going to go to his house. I'm going to go to his house, and we're going to fix his Wi-Fi. But here he's back. Now he got full Wi-Fi. Now he got on this. But anyway, listen, for years, they've been saying that he's going to fall off. We haven't seen it. We brought someone that couldn't even throw the fucking ball. Okay? Brady didn't get no $35 million. He got $25 a year. Belichick, you're going to have to pay a quarterback 20-something a year. Like or not. Okay?
Yeah, now he is.
Like, you have no fucking choice.
He has no choice.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you right now, I just love it. I love it. I love what I see. I know they're going to do for the next 2 weeks. It's going to be these two, you know, the passing of the torch, the GOAT to maybe the future GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to put the two stories together with Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? I think that's going to be a really dope story.
That's not really a dope story.
You don't like that story? Mahomes is a bad man.
Yeah, but that story, like, they don't compare Mahomes, like, not to shit on, it's going to sound like a lot of Brady hate, but, like.
Let's do it.
they don't compare Mahomes to Brady. They compare him to Aaron Rodgers.
Right, because of skill set.
Because
mobility.
It's widely known now that Brady is the greatest quarterback to do it. But he's not the best quarterback to do it. That has been Rodgers for a while. And I think the storyline would have been if it was Aaron Rodgers doing it to, you know what I mean? That would have been better. But I think in what you're what you're saying as far as passing the torch to the greatest, that would make sense. But I just think it's just a completely different dynamic. You know what I mean?
I don't know what happened to Archie. He's trying to get in, can't get in. I don't know what's going on. He just texted me, yo, what happened? I don't know what the fuck is going on.
His service, it was his service. His was bad. It was
Hold on.
real.
I'm gonna tell him to get off his. You said his Wi-Fi was doing that?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's on his Wi-Fi.
Let me ask him.
I'm not sure what he's using, but it was pretty choppy.
Hold on.
Excuse me.
Just do cellular. I don't know. I get it. No, I would never say that Brady was the quarterback to just bootleg, run around, throw it on a sidearm, all of that, But put your camera on, Jay. So, but I will say that he is the best quarterback to ever play the game. Like the fact that he never really, the fact that he won 6 Super Bowls out of what?
Best?
I think he's the greatest quarterback to ever play the game.
Well, yeah, you can't argue the greatest.
Right. The best.
I'm saying, do you think he's the best?
Best as far as skill set and being able to throw off his foot? No, because there's Aaron Rodgers. But look what that got you. That got you 1 Super Bowl. You know what I mean? I want the stuff that matters. You know what I mean? Like you can win fancy, or you can just win. Just win, baby. We just trying to win.
Excuse me.
And it's not. And the rhetoric of it, Belichick made him. He went to a new offense, right? Completely different terminology as far as the offense goes. And a lot of people that may or may not know football, that's a big fucking deal. Right? It's a big deal just in fucking high school and college. Never mind the pros. You know what I'm saying? It's not just say hike, throw it to your best wide receiver, or throw it to your running back or your tight end. There's a lot of timing involved, especially for a quarterback like him, because he doesn't scramble. But he's able to just deteriorate defense. You know what I mean? Did he win the game last week? I'm not gonna say no, because you still got to put points in you still got to hike the ball. You still got to throw it or hand it off to someone for the plays to happen. But the team won. He had a shit game though. He's been having shit games. But it's I
love the arguments. Well, I used to love the arguments. I don't really love them anymore. I don't really argue about that anymore because
we can't see you, Jay. Turn on the camera. We'll wait for you, but we'll keep talking. Go ahead. Sorry.
I've always said, I've always looked at certain performances with him and stuff like that. Because, like I said, I know.
No, we can't see you. I'll tell you when we see you.
I know very few realistic Patriots fans. Very, very, very few. And those are the ones that I'll talk to. You know what I mean about it? Because they'll call a spade a spade. They'll be like, yeah, he fucking sucked that game. But our team pulled it off. But then you'll have some that are like, what do you mean? He meant to throw the interception. He threw it right to him because he knew this, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, yeah, I can't do this with you.
You're on, Archie. Welcome back.
Good job. But yeah, I'd be like, I can't listen to just dumb, stupid shit like that. And I felt like I encountered that way too much with people with Brady fans. And it's like I said, like when Brady left, I was like actually rooting for him. I'm like, let's go, Tom. Let's go. You know what I mean? Like, do your thing now. You know what I mean? You're free. You know what I mean? You got away from dad. You moved out of the fucking house.
And he's doing it. This is what's crazy. He's doing it. Like people are like, oh, if he makes it to the playoffs, that's dope. he made it to the playoffs. They're like, if he wins at least one game, then he's done.
I mean,
He's won 3 road games. 3 road games.
Yeah, but I mean, I think too though, like the consensus was like once he went there, they were like a top 4 team, or the prediction was that they had a very strong possibility of getting there, considering the fucking weapons that were at Tampa Bay. And then you add fucking what's his name, Antonio Brown. You know what I mean? Halfway through the season, and you know what I mean. He did pretty good. He was like his top target the last 5 weeks of the season or something like that.
That's just for him to get his fucking bonuses. That's what that was. But but that's what's crazy, right? So, and again, for those that really don't know, just sports in general, and I'll ask for this for Jay too, just so he doesn't get lost in the sauce here. You can't just throw any player and the shit just works. There has to be chemistry. Does that go the same thing for hockey too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
you see a lot of times with the Bruins have been working on it for years. Like they got the chemistry on the first line, but beyond the first line, like the second line, which is supposed to be, an offensive line, like they haven't been able to find the right combination yet.
So are you impressed that a person, let's say like again, I know you're not into football, but quarterback who is control of one, deciding if the play that was given to him is going to be played, if he should be audibled, making the changes on a line as far as either hot routing the routes, making the changes on how you block the defenders, identifying the mic, identifying the defense, the scheme, and then saying hike. And then after saying hike, actually throwing the ball when you got almost 300 plus pound guys that have like 4.7 speed trying to come at you and smash you to death, and then hoping that these guys are actually on par and throwing the ball. I think those are the little things that when they create this documentary on Tom Brady, I really hope it's like Ron Howard who directs it, just because I think because of the winning and how he won and everything else, and obviously because of Coach Belichick, I don't think he's appreciated for just the amount of work that he's done. I think it's just a lot that goes into being a quarterback, and B, being the type of quarterback that he is. Because like you said, Ty, he's not the best. He's not an Aaron Rodgers. He's not a Mahomes. He's Tom Brady, pocket passer. Oh shit, someone's coming. Let me step to the left, go to the right, step forward, throw a touchdown. Because my eyes were still watching the play goes, and my peripheral was moving.
His pocket presence is very, very good.
That's a skill set.
He moves very good. He moves very good in that 7-foot circle.
Yep.
Outside of that,
it's not his world. He's running he's running on the beach. He's running on the beach with weights on.
Forget about it. But yeah, I mean, like I said, like I think too, like that's why it's a big Belichick thing, is because, you have him. I mean, that's why it was a big thing with Belichick, is because you have him in this, or Belichick has this system. He has this thing, like he doesn't give a shit about anything besides what is going on there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was a really big key on winning. Like, at least like all the interviews and stuff like that from former players and shit, like it wasn't fun playing there. You know what I mean? It was nothing like that, whatever. It was business. Mm-hmm. That's where like like last week when we was talking about, is it a job or is it an opportunity, whatever. Belichick made that shit a fucking job. Like this is your job. And that was, as much as people don't want to believe it,
Jay would work. Jay would be perfect there. Jay would be perfect working there.
Hold on, is Belichick an asshole for that?
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
you know that.
But
because you're playing a sport. Okay? You're playing a sport. Like that's different. That's completely different.
I see where you're going, Jay. I see what you're doing. So maybe that's what you do.
Because like you have
do your job T-shirts.
You got guys like Gronk, right? Gronk didn't belong in fucking New England. You know what I'm saying? He should have been in like the Raiders or somewhere that had no control. Yeah. Actually, it's good for him because that probably saved his fucking career.
I think.
Because can you imagine him somewhere else? He'd be a fucking issue.
Yeah.
But but I think like I said, like that mentality was drilled into Brady over years. Because if he didn't accept it, he would have been gone a long time ago. But like it was drilled. This is what we're gonna do. Doesn't matter. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do.
I'm gonna relate this back to our previous.
Go ahead.
Discussion.
I see it. I see the line.
He's gonna.
So
you can't. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I see the line.
So Brady said it was drilled in the hand. He accepted it, and eventually he grew tired of it. He did it for 20 years. I understand. He didn't do it a year or two in. You know what I mean? He understood the process, and you know what I mean. Followed the structure, and then you know what I mean. And then eventually, you know, he felt like he had proven himself and earned his right to make his own decisions, which I think everybody can agree on. He's proven himself, and you know what I mean. Some people still got to prove themselves before they can make their own decisions.
Okay.
Before they're told what to do.
Okay.
I hear you. Okay.
Just saying. I'm also.
I think he says please though here and there, Jay.
I don't know, man. I've heard Tom Brady. I don't know if much please is coming out of his mouth on the field, bro.
Brady,
if you do the job correctly, he's courteous. He's a nice guy. He's not
and that's where I think
when they don't do the job correctly, he's not so nice.
He's not, and that's where like I said, like that's where I think that's where I think the Belichick thing comes in, because when people didn't do their job, Belichick will not fucking play them.
Yeah,
he will not play them. It doesn't happen.
Yep.
And you didn't see that with Brady until I would say maybe like 10 years, maybe, you know what I mean? But like it took a while, and then it's like, okay, this shit actually works. Oh shit, you know what I mean? But it's tough. It's
going
tough.
Going back to the things that we discussed before I fucking whatever the fuck happened.
Yep.
So one, there's this dude Keith Yandel in Florida. He had the longest. He had the Iron Man streak for the NHL. He had the most consecutive games played out of everybody in the NHL. The Florida Panthers fucking scratched him. He's still he's not even Chara. Like Chara's slow and fucking like Chara. Because you said you essentially saying that like Chara got disrespected. To me, I don't think he did, because he was never a part of a trade rumor. They never tried to get rid of him. To my understanding, they told him that he wasn't going to play as much because they were going in a different direction. They wanted to be younger and faster on defense, which is fine with me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And this part I don't know obviously if it's true or not, but the report is that they wanted him to work in the organization as far as like as a coach or something. You know what I mean?
I heard that.
So to me, that's all respectable. He wants to play more. He has that right. That's why I'm not upset about him. I would have been so. The rumor is that he was almost a Montreal Canadian.
That would have been.
But there was like that would
be disrespectful on his point.
What would you have done, Jay? What would you have done? What would you have hated
what?
You would have hated him? Yeah.
Yes.
If I would have like fuck Chara.
I hated Johnny Damon and Jacoby Ellsbury, and they weren't even on the Red Sox that long.
Exactly.
Like
but
they weren't. Nobody cares about them. You know what I'm saying?
That was a money move, though.
No,
Johnny Damon. Johnny Damon.
Listen,
I
don't care. Like I said, I'm very.
There's like 29 teams in the league you can go to, and I will have no issue. You know what I'm saying? If you go to the fucking Montreal Canadiens or even the Pittsburgh Penguins, like, fuck you. I don't know, bro.
No, leave Crosby alone. He ain't done shit. Dude.
He really doesn't like Crosby. He does not like Crosby. Doesn't like Crosby.
Another thing, you guys were talking about the Patriots fans, and everybody says, "Oh, I hate the Patriots fan. I hate the Patriots fan." So I'm a very I wouldn't say I'm a casual Patriots fan. You know what I mean? I am a Patriots fan, but as a Patriots fan, what's annoying is when the Patriots aren't out. I mean, the Patriots are out, and your team's out, but you're still commenting on the Patriots. Like, how bitter are you that you're talking like? So that fuels the Patriots to fucking gloat the way that they do.
Misery loves company, bro.
Like I had an Eagles fan yesterday talking about, oh, Patriots are so mad right now, and it's like I said, bro, you said bitter. Like, why are you talking? Your team's not playing, and you're like, what are you doing? Like,
that's all they got. They got that one chip, and you got to talk about it, man. Misery loves company, man. Misery loves company.
Yeah, you would think Pittsburgh's been winning for 20 years.
Hey, misery loves company.
Listen, yeah, you get one, and You get one, and it's a great accomplishment.
But it's all business, right?
Yes.
And since we're talking about business, let me ask you a question. Let's just say this thing pops off. They're like, yo, iHeart says we need DPP. We're gonna bring you to a studio, but we got one problem. What's the problem? We were looking into everyone's background, and we noticed that Jay had a troubled past. He did a couple things, right? So I reached out because I had political pull, and I had reached out and I asked Trump to pardon some of his discretions so that he can be part of this crew, because they wouldn't sign unless that was washed away. Do you think that's fucked up? And I'll tell you why I'm asking that question. Actually, I'll just tell you why. Reason I say that is because Jay-Z recently got a pardon for one of his partners, Perez, her last name is Perez, who is part of his new cannabis company. I think it's was it Mahogany? No, not Mahogany. I can't remember that name.
I forget.
It might be.
Starts with an M. But anyway.
Is that the one that he just put up all the money for?
Yeah. Yeah. So she's an informant, former rat informant, blah, 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 you know, in the 90s, coke trafficking. And he pardoned her. And there was a lot of people, Funk Flex, that feel a certain way about this. Like, oh, this is Jay. This is who it is. And all Jay had to do is basically not publicly support, but him and Beyonce could not publicly support Joe Biden. That's the deal him and Trump made. He didn't publicly support Biden. He didn't support him either. So they pardoned what this Perez person did, which is, you know, drug trafficking, blah, 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 blah. And all of this was so that she would be able to run the company, because California law states that if you're a felon, you cannot manage a, you know, like a cannabis company.
Right.
Do you have any problems with what Jay-Z did?
I mean, I mean, I have a very I don't know. I have to think about it.
So here, what is the actual issue? Is it that he asked for the pardon? Is it that he partnered with Trump, or is it that he associates with rats?
Well, the question should be asked to Funk Flex, but I'm going to assume, because for the past couple years, Funk Flex has just been trying to find every little nasty dirt on Jay-Z and just to put him out there. And he's basically saying, if you guys were worried about people dealing with rats, look at this guy that you hold high up in such high esteem, like a Jay-Z. Look at who his business partners with. Look at who he tried to deal with or dealt with, which is Donald Trump, and getting a pardon. For me, like I said on the chat yesterday, I can't trust any man or any human that's always studying what another human's doing in their pocket. Like, why are you studying this person's pockets? Like, why are you studying their moves like that and then trying to just put it out there to just break them down? That's a sour man. That's just somebody that just don't got their own shit. You know what I'm saying? Go break records or something. Go be a DJ. You say you're a DJ, right. Go be a DJ. So, you're not TMZ.
One thing I've learned through personal experience is, like, you can't cut everybody off that associates with rats. Because I've had a dealing with a rat. I've made it known that he's a rat. You know what I mean? But people still fuck with him. And like people I know and respect and chill with still fuck with him.
Yep.
So it's like and
I still fuck with him.
Huh? so because I used to be like, oh, you fuck with a rat, fuck you. But then as I got older, I just realized there's a lot of fucking rats, bro.
Thank you. You beat me to the punch. Thank you.
I fully believe with. I don't fuck with the rat, but I mean, all I can do past that is let it be known, yo, they're a rat, and then that's on you. That's on, as long as you don't try to pull me into no bullshit or get me involved in nothing like that. Whatever, you know, keep me like everybody I know that fucks with said person. they know, don't bring me around him. Don't, you know what I mean? Nothing like that, because it's just we're not there. You know what I mean? So so I can't. I'm not gonna condemn Jay for associating with the rat, because although he's in business with them, and that's kind of, I mean, but that's Jay's problem. That's not my problem. You know what I mean? And as far as the Trump thing goes, he had the fucking power. He had the ability to do it. Who else you gonna fucking talk to? You know what I mean? If without that pardon, your deal can't get done. Sometimes you gotta play business. You know what I mean? Like,
Not like a business move to me. Nothing to see here, but a business move.
Doesn't mean that they're, and like you said, and because there was two articles I saw. There was one that said he couldn't publicly support Biden, and there was another one that said he couldn't vote for Biden or support Biden. To me, those are two completely different things. Because if you're telling me I can't vote, I have to vote for you in order for this to happen. That's a crime, as far as I know. So I don't think it would be that. But to tell me, I can't publicly do it, like, all right, whatever. I'll still go cast my vote or whatever, and you know what I mean. It is what it is.
No. So, one, the fact that Jay-Z has the power to get somebody pardoned, and that's who he chooses to use it on, is fucked up, and it makes me look at Jay-Z very different. Because like, there's people out there that are actually like, she wasn't fucking like she's just a business partner, right? I'm pretty sure that there's 100 people out there that are dealing with shit that just want their life back. You know what I'm saying? That, you know what I mean? And just the grand scope of things, like considering where the country was going and shit like that. Like, you would think that he'd be like, you know what? This is real shit. This is this is that. Let me go in and get somebody pardoned that actually, you know what I mean, might really need this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure Perez is fucking good. I'm pretty sure she didn't really fucking need it. You know what I'm saying?
She can't run the cannabis business with a felony record. That's
so
why.
The fuck what? So what? I'm pretty. She'll get money. She'll get fucking money. She's all right.
But that's his money. Like, it's cannabis thing. It's his money.
He's invested already.
Find somebody else. Find somebody else. There's a fucking billion people in the world. Find somebody else.
I'm not gonna say that, because you know what? I don't understand. I don't know. There's a lot of other issues. There's a lot of other things that I'm sure that tied with her.
So this is where it goes to. If he can't publicly endorse Biden, right?
Yeah.
You got to think, Jay-Z's, the people that follow him.
Yep.
That's the bigger thing too. If it's like, oh, I'll only pardon her if you don't publicly endorse Biden.
Yep. That
means that all the people that watch you and follow you and all this shit that are inspired by you and all this shit, they're not gonna know. They don't see who you support as your president or want as the president.
I follow him, and that shit's irrelevant to me.
Yeah, but you're that's different. You come from a different time. The influence is completely different.
And the information wasn't really given out until yesterday, which was, it was irrelevant.
Yeah, but that you see how it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant now.
But it could have been.
But it could have been relevant then.
But it was not. But woulda, coulda, shoulda. But it wasn't. So you can't really say.
Yeah, but you don't know if it wasn't.
What do you mean?
Oh, I mean, it wasn't. You're right. It wasn't.
There's no relevance to it. I just don't understand that. Like, I hear what you're saying. Like, he could have picked someone else to use, to say, hey, Trump, I need you to pardon this person. But I think he's done that type of work. Him and Beyonce have been doing this work. 21 Savage was someone that was fortunate enough to have, Rock Nation pay for his lawyer fees to take care of that. Yes, it wasn't a pardon.
My thing is this, man. Like,
we got Meek.
I don't give a fuck about Meek. I don't give a fuck about none of these people that already made it. That's my thing. Like, I don't care about people that made it already. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need to go and help somebody. You don't. One millionaire don't need a. He's a fucking billionaire. You don't need to go help millionaires and shit.
Are you saying So are you saying that you're sure that he has not helped anyone?
I'm not saying that I'm sure, but I'm saying, like,
You're using those as examples, and
because
those,
this is what he
Right.
got
Like
one person help. Like he used that spades card to just break that to make that first cut in a spades hand and this was to get the rest of his books in line to get that Boston. You know when you play, well, do you guys play spades?
yes.
Okay, Jay.
No, Jay does not. No.
Oh, Ty, we got to talk. Okay, it's a lot of we got to talk. Yes, it is because you're white, and I'm getting angry about this now. You're not watching our movies.
Yes, it is because you're white.
You're not watching our movies. But listen, so spades, whatever, you get that first cut. This is his first cut to get to that Boston to get that 12 card. Like it needed to be done. I'm all right with it's a business move.
No, I'm not all right with
You're not
that.
rolling with that?
definitely see
No,
both.
I'm not. I'm not
I
okay with
understand
that.
why Tyler and people like Tyler are aggravated. I can understand why Jay-Z did it. It's
I just feel like if you have power like that, right, and you have influence or you have the president's ear,
Yep.
and you didn't use that at like what have you been doing, bro?
We don't know. That's the
You know
thing.
what I'm saying? Like, what have you been doing for that to come out? Like I said, to me, like Jay-Z's hands down my favorite rapper. This honestly puts a big fucking question mark on how I feel about him personally.
it's a very selfish white. It's a very rich white man move.
It's like
See?
to me like it's crazy that something like that happened in like I said, like what have you been doing? What are you doing?
Two things. One, we don't know what he's been doing because he's never been one to say, hey, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. I'm sure that there's things that he's been doing. He just doesn't say it. Two, I'm mad that Jay, the white guy, just said it's a rich white man's thing to do. How about it's just a rich man's thing to do? It's a power move.
It's a white man's thing to do.
It's a power move.
No, it's
bro.
You can't say that. You can't say that because if that was the case, we'd all be doing moves like that.
Who you don't? Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. You don't think people in general, in all levels in society, are making moves like that?
No, Cliff, stop.
Nah, let's keep it going.
Everybody doesn't go and call Trump like, yo, we need a pardon.
I'm not talking about just Trump.
How many black people you think did that shit?
How many people can actually? I don't know.
No, stop, Cliff. Stop.
Kodak got out. Kodak got out.
Cliff,
people
stop.
Kodak got out. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The fact that you can call Donald Trump, first of all, I'm pretty sure that dude sold them pardons, bro. I'm pretty sure he was like, all right, I'm getting out. Let me make a couple dollars. You know what I'm saying? How much? I'm sure that happened. But I don't know. I can't give you specifics like this person called for Kodak and this person called for whatever. But what I'm saying is I'm pretty sure it's safe to say there's probably other people that should have got out over Kodak. Making an assumption.
Kodak should be at the bottom of the fucking list.
Okay, so that's my point. There are billions of people in this world. And if I'm a businessman and I know, wait a minute, I just invested a shitload of money, but now my business partner is wrapped up in this, let me make a call. I'm going to do it. I, Cliff Bonet, will be doing the same shit. We'll be like, hey, I need to get Jay pardoned. Forget about what he said because this iHeart contract is real. We need to forget about his past discretions. Don't worry about, well, you know what? We'll donate $1 million to art school. You know what I'm saying? To talk about what is real art. If that makes you guys feel better, don't worry about it. Jay will give you, two lessons a year. Like, what else we need to do to get this transaction going? It's a business, bro. This happened. This is America. This is what I said, right? I'm not American. I'm Haitian Canadian, but I think this is one of the best fucking countries simply because it's so much about fucking business, and the business provides the structure that we intend to enjoy right now that other countries don't have.
I think it's too much about business.
Yes, it is.
So that makes it okay?
I'm not saying it's okay, but I'm saying that's what it is. Is it okay that he only paid $750 for his taxes? No, but it's a rule. He followed the rules. He had the people that knew the rules, the little steps.
If we followed the rules.
Say that again?
Why isn't it okay if we followed the rules?
To me, if you're a billionaire, you should be donating much more than this little guy is on his taxes to help the rest of the world.
there's a way that other people can do it. We don't want
There is a way. There's
Say
a
that
way
again?
for everybody to do it.
If
do
he
what?
can do it, then there's a way that everybody can do it. We
There's
just don't.
no way that you and I can pay only $750. Well, we get tax money back because, well, I claim zero. So I'm like, hey, wipe me down. If you feel like giving me some, cool. I just don't want to owe, right? But because he makes all this money per year, he has money that he will eventually have to pay, right? They found a loophole who Obama created that says if you have properties and there's depreciation of the properties, your tax guy, if he knows the codes and knows how to do it right, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm cool with it. But what I'm saying is that if you're making millions upon millions, you should be paying more taxes than me to just help. Because taxes just goes to, they don't just go in someone's pocket and they hang out. Taxes help roads, they help sewers, they help jobs. Okay, so if we have a shitload of, like, to me, if I was a millionaire, I would want a certain portion of my money that I decide to give to help homeless people. Like, you can ask my boys. Like I said, like, you know how there's that Powerball dream? Like, my dream would be my inner circle group. I would pay their houses off so they don't owe anything, and I would give $100,000 for them to do whatever it is they deem they need to do. Certain people got, and then the rest, I would create this like kind of complex to help like homeless people with either their mental issues, get jobs, to push them back into the world to go be productive. A lot of my friends were pissed off at me that, one, I would even do that, and two, that I'm only giving them $100,000. They're like, you're a fucking millionaire. Why are you only giving 100? That's insane.
You're lucky if I can go fucking dime.
Right. It's your money. But what I'm saying is we all have to contribute to society. And him only giving $750 is not really contributing. Like, he spends probably that on lunch.
Yeah, probably.
That's all I'm saying.
What do we have for time?
We're not talking about Donald Trump. Fuck Trump. Who cares about Trump?
12.
Who cares about Trump? Man?
12
How much time you got, Jay? Yeah. 5, 10?
Probably start wrapping it up, yeah.
All right.
What the fuck? You can't be late?
No, bro. Not you.
Wait a minute. Ty. Oh, so you perfect segue. Because you was talking about CP time. Do you think that's a real thing? Color people time?
No.
I don't know, man.
Here goes the white guy. Go ahead.
Oh, man.
Nope. I don't. I don't like. My thing is, I feel like there's stigmas. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I hate is like somebody try to put me in a stigma. I'll show up to your fucking house an hour early. You know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna be looking at me like we're not ready. Da, 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 da. But if I'm late, oh, what are you running on color people time? Like, don't say that shit to me. You know what I'm saying?
When you show up, ignorant people would call you white.
But I mean, nobody's ever said that. But like,
Wait,
if I'm going somewhere and I'm going by myself,
on time. Like I said, ignorant people.
yeah, if I'm going by myself, I'm
back to
I'm
what I said last week, where people like say, "Oh, I'm not white," and it's a compliment. No, it's not a fucking compliment. It's a fucking ignorant fucking statement.
But yeah, like people say it all the time. I'm like, no. Like, if I'm late, it's because of this. It's not because I'm black. It's because this happened and that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking, do I want to talk about how fucking some people just want to show up 3 hours late on purpose? You know what I'm saying? Like, like, it's just, I don't believe in all that shit. Like, the itis. Like, don't say I have the itis, bro. Don't say that shit.
The itis is real. I think the itis is real. You don't think the itis is real?
Being tired after you eat is real.
That's itis.
Yeah, but I'm not getting into all this shit.
Okay. We can table it for next week.
Yeah.
The itis. Tabling the itis for next week. You know what? And how about you guys don't fucking be up at 2 something in the morning, either playing video games or talking about how Jay's fucking mean.
I was working.
Okay.
And this guy's up all the time.
2 in the morning every day.
Every day?
7 days.
Yo, your body's gonna shut down, son. You need to chill out.
Yo, your body's gonna shut down.
I sleep till 10 or 11. It's not like I'm not getting my sleep.
Yeah,
I fucking get up early just to come do this shit.
Yeah, I woke up and I was like, fuck. Got home at 7, showered, went to sleep, woke up at 9:30. I was like, what?
You working today?
Fuck? Yeah, tonight.
Yeah.
Right.
Working
Not
tonight.
our job, at his second job.
So hold on. So after you can't get off the thing with us here, are you gonna go bake?
No, fuck no. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm going to sleep. Oh yeah, shout out to Ray. Ray came through.
Oh.
He came through with the.
He dropped it off?
Huh?
He dropped it off?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
real.
Is it Ray that we work with?
Yep.
Ain't he?
Nope. Yo, you know what's crazy? This is the thing. I don't give a fuck. This is the thing.
Yes.
Our job is so fucked up, right? This is how fucked up the job is.
Hold on.
I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care.
Hold on. Wait. Okay. Go ahead.
Fucking, you go to work, right? Say you get a symptom. All right, you got to go out, right? You got to go out of work. Get a test, right?
Yeah.
Comes back negative.
Yeah.
You still got to stay out for 2 weeks.
That don't make sense. They better learn about something called science.
I was like, when they told us this shit, right? This was like a month ago or something. Or when it wasn't when it started. This was, I don't know. We found this shit out a while ago, right? I'm like, hold on. So if you get a negative test and you probably just had allergies or you just had a headache one day, you just didn't drink enough water or something like that, like, you're telling me that I still need to stay home?
That's crazy.
Getting your time back.
And you don't get your time back.
Nah, that don't make no sense.
I was
That should be some illegal shit right there.
I was like, because I look at it too, is like that would discourage people from saying they have symptoms. You know what I'm saying? Because who's gonna go to work, go home because they don't feel, because people don't feel good sometimes. You know what I mean? Like everybody doesn't have fucking COVID. So it's like, and then you're telling me I can't come back even though I have a negative test and this and that.
Wow, that's overreacting. See, those are people, and I can say it because I don't work for them, is someone that has no fucking clue and overreacting on the situation, and that sucks. That makes no sense.
Nope, no sense. But
it only would make sense if they feel froggy like that. They should just pay their people to take out 2 weeks without touching any of your time.
That's what I said, but you know, I don't know. But
wow, Jay's shutting up on this one. That means there's a white guy above him that just likes this rule, bro.
I don't care, man. I don't care.
Yo, Scuba, cut all this shit off, Scuba.
No, don't cut it off. Don't cut it off.
I ain't say shit.
I can say it. I can say it. You can say it too. Don't nobody know where we work.
Not taking
you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. They're fucked up. That shit's fucked up. You know what I mean? That's messing with people's livelihoods.
That's a fact.
Because then when somebody comes into work and they actually have the fucking COVID virus and they just don't want to say anything because they can't afford not to be at work.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, then what happens?
Listen, I got a real fucked up story I heard yesterday that we'll have off camera.
Oof.
Okay.
Worse than this?
Oh yeah. Way worse.
Oh my Lord.
We'll have it off camera though.
Don't even tell me because I'll tell.
I need to know. I want to know. I'm very
employers
curious.
can't be getting away with things like this. That's insane.
Yo, I mean, shit.
This is America. It's all
but America has unions that are supposed to do shit.
Yeah.
And somebody's union ain't doing shit.
That means they're getting paid.
That means they're getting paid. So
a Jay-Z called. All right, let's wrap it up. I'm getting the white guy doing this with the nah, chill. I'm like, yo, Hove, holla. You know what I'm saying? And on that note, we're out of here. My name is Cliff. I'm with my brothers Titty Tag. I got Archie Rhodes. Didn't call you Jay Scott one time today. Shout outs to that. And on that note, be on the lookout for Sweets by Tyler. We don't know what Archie Rhodes' company is called, and I am BI, aka Mr. Handle Your BI, Clifford Bonet. This is another Cliff Notes Project production. And are you guys down with DPP?
You know
You're
me.
supposed, yeah, and you know me. Fucking, I'm out of here.
2, 3. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for your further listening pleasure,